This is the next recording. Let me. This will be more useful.
Okay.
All right. So let me.
So I saw you wanted the first to ones. How long you got your lever back or something just now?
I need to share the screen. How do I do this?
Time up. You lose.
Can I not capture this? No. I'm trying to find the window so I can share the screen. This will be easier. Okay. So you can see my screen, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's find it.
Yeah.
When did you hit me with that throw? On infinite, I think, right?
No, it was the versus Jack on that stage. Yeah.
Let me look at.
Oh, it was before this.
Yeah.
Covers it.
Perfect.
Wait.
Yeah, I think it's a round or two before that. Perfect.
No, you won, so.
Oh.
Here.
That was a good throw.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice block. Back one. Okay, so your back one hit, right? So let's look at why the back one hit. So you block this, you're you can see. So I did a 2-jab and then you challenge with the back one. Because I played out of frame.
So watching it back, I see 2-jab, forward 1, 2-jab, down back 1.
Yeah.
I threw a back 1 there because I thought it was just gonna be a forward 1 there.
Yeah, and it was
No,
it was a forward 1.
Right, but not I didn't recognize the 2-jabs at all while we were playing.
I mean, some part of you is recognizing it because you're doing it like you back one on a timing that would counter hit because you thought it would counter hit. So even if you're not fully conscious of it, like there is a part of you that's seeing it.
Well, so I was obviously right there. I got the back on counter hit, but I wasn't right because I read the situation properly.
Then why'd you hit the back one?
Because I thought it was going to be all right. So I tried to keep out after forward 1 because I expected forward 1 into another forward 1 immediately.
Okay, but why'd you hit the back one?
Because I expected forward 1.
Okay, so that's all that matters. You expected. Tekken is about a game where you anticipate the next outcome and you apply the proper counter. You expected another forward 1, even if you didn't realize it was all coming off of 2-jab. For whatever reason, the way you were looking at the screen at the time, you expected a forward 1 and you made the read. So you can up your awareness, and that's like a good goal. Hey, why did I figure that out? Oh, because of the 2 jabs.
We solved the problem with the wrong formula.
No, you just aren't conscious of it. But you are seeing. You saw it. Why did you think I was gonna forward 1?
Because I had just blocked the forward 1.
Okay. Why else would I do a forward 1 there?
Or maybe I was panicking. I'm starting to second guess why I did it.
You shouldn't. You made the right read. You don't have to make the read because you calculated every single possible outcome, read the probabilities, read my mind, and then thought, yeah, this is it. There's a soft read in the game too. You hit the button.
I get that, but okay, so I think I have a better way of describing it. I'm getting the right outcome.
Yes. and you're concerned
But-
that you got the right outcome with the wrong intent, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you is
So that's just going to end up with me getting the wrong outcome more often.
if you're mashing back one constantly, because remember the whole reason we started talking about this in the first place is because you hit the good throw. So
Sure.
whether or not that back one was good or not is not the entire point here, right?
Okay. All right.
Like what you need to do is recognize if your back one is getting whiff punished, then you stop. But it wasn't happening, so that doesn't matter. So you're playing around like a multiverse possibility that isn't happening, or you're like concerned about that. But it's fine. The back one there. This is a game where you will hit the button and it will sometimes just work, and that's okay. You will get to the
Okay.
point you want to get to, but for now, you can't reason yourself out of doing the right thing.
Is that what I'm trying to do?
Yes, every time you do something right, you try and give me a reason why it's wrong. So the back one whiffed there, so that's a bit more concerning, right?
Right.
But I didn't launch it. So nobody really cares. It's as if it didn't happen. Back one hits. Okay. So I'm like, oh shit, I might get counter hit. Oh shit, back one again. Maybe I might get counter hit. Maybe I should like be chill. You know, maybe I should sit still. I'll put some 2 jabs in neutral because I have like, you know, I can put out the advantage. Okay. Remember, I just saw 2 back ones, so I don't want to get hit by one. I'm going to chill. Oh, he threw me. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I'll show you examples of where I do something like that. So here, let's watch the beginning. So okay, so I jab and then so let's rewind that.
You jab, sidestep right
Mhm.
to avoid my jab.
Down forward 1, sidestep right beats the like jab retaliation, and then I 1-1-2. And then you do that as like a homing attempt, but
Right.
punishable. So there I'm down forward 1ing on +1, so yours loses.
Okay.
But I'm not thinking about all that during this. All I'm thinking about during this is, oh my god, my jabs and down forward 1s are hitting. I don't have to do anything. Like this is just my kind of like default. I'm just doing my thing and it's hitting, so I'll just keep doing it. And there I just do that randomly. I'm not concerned too much. Like I've done the mental work in advance, where if I jab down forward 1, sidestep right, I know what it beats and what it doesn't. So when I'm playing you, I'm just seeing what's hitting and what isn't. And like you might consider saying something like, oh, why would you do down forward 1-2 here? You know, there is no data. Sometimes you just hit the button and it works and then you get your data. Now I know it worked. So next time it might not, next time it might work again. It depends.
Okay, I understand that. Yeah.
Mhm.
I do.
Yeah. I did an unsafe move, but you know, it worked. I won. Sometimes it's that simple.
I do that a lot with hop kick.
Yeah, sometimes it just works.
Yeah, I started throwing the extension of down forward 2 because you were punishing it a lot.
And that's a decent adjustment. I missed my whiff punish.
I was so frustrated right there because I saw the down back 4 coming, and I tried to low parry, and I was like, oh, he's gonna go low again. So I tried to low parry again. It still got hit. I was so frustrated.
Here, let's see.
Right here, around here, yeah, somewhere. Right here.
Oh, were you just late?
I think I was moving because I if I remember correctly, I think what I wanted to do was sidestep left a little bit and then just low parry your approach.
Why'd you want to sidestep left?
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay,
Don't know.
no, but that's good. That's good. So there is no reason to sidestep left if you don't want to, right?
Right. I don't know.
Sidestep left beats while running 2. So you would have had to read me doing a while running 2. And that doesn't really make sense.
But
so.
it was an early sidestep. Here I do it to get out from the wall, but
Yeah.
earlier it puts me more square with the wall.
Yeah, so out of the wall makes sense, right? But like in general, If that's your strategy out of the wall, that's fine. Like if that's your instinct. But the low parry never visually comes out, right? Like I don't see you duck down at all.
Right.
So
I was really late on that one, I think, because of the movement.
Yeah.
I think, tell me if this makes sense or not. I think there may be a disconnect between muscle memory and what my hand was doing, just moving, and then the low parry, the hand brain connection is late, and the low parry comes in.
I think
too late.
in general, you expect yourself to do a lot more than you have trained to do. And what I mean by that is like
That
low
makes
parries,
sense.
and then like you miss a lot of punishes and like a lot of whiff punishes. So like
Yeah.
to me, that is just something you just got to work on, and it's not like super deep. It's not like a systemic failure of
like
you as a
that.
person. What?
Why did that while standing one work?
Yeah, that
That
shit's
doesn't make
dumb. I was
sense.
about to tell you to stop doing that, but that goes against my point of if it works, it works.
No, I definitely needed to. I don't know. I thought
You definitely
know
shouldn't
why.
do that, but if
I
it
know,
works, it
I
works.
know.
But the reason it's working is because I'm playing around options that I'm playing around like approach options, right? So like if you are coming in with like a forward neutral 2 or
Yeah.
like a CD1 or you know, those kinds of moves, the approach moves or like a throw, my defensive option covers that. So my muscle memory is like prepared for that. When you do something like that, I'm kind of like, what? Okay, well,
Oh, I see.
but I'm not getting mad about that. I'm saying, all right, well, he's clearly showing this more than the other ones, so I need to adjust, and that's it. I don't care that you're launching me here. That gives me information. Like I care a little bit, but it's like not enough to be like, you know, stressing about. I'm just like, okay, because
Right.
as you can see, sure that shit happened, but I just got a free combo for no reason. Like shit in this game will happen, so you have to be willing to go to the next situation and just like, all right, something's gonna happen. And like here's some more data too. Like look, you hit the forward neutral 2 and I backdashed. So I right here hits, and you said every time you approach you get counter hit. It didn't happen. So
I was
definitely.
thinking just with the Jax matchup, I guess. Maybe not.
Now this looks annoying.
Yeah.
And this is why the whiff punishment is so important. You need to be able to whiff punish
started-
Magic 4.
I started spacing a little bit more, like for Magic 4
Mhm.
specifically after this.
Yeah. Like that shit's annoying. That shit's whack. Somebody spam Magic 4. But you need to be able to whiff punish it even if it's small.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you just really, yeah, it's for you, it's whiff punishment and block punishment at this exact moment. I think that you it need to look at things with really simple answers rather than complex general answers about you as a person. The answers need to be really simple. Like in this case, I was winning a lot of these poke battles because you were just trying to down forward 1 me at -1.
Right.
And it wasn't really much deeper than that. I was just kind of like, okay, it's hitting. And then I was just playing the clock here.
Yeah, and I was not paying attention to the clock.
Steep matches, you were better at finding counter hits in the steep matches.
There's just more room, I think.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, against Kazumi, you were just kind of like playing into the damage. Like you would die to running 2s over
Yeah.
and over again. You would like challenge the +1. So like, you were just not willing to play less. And against Steve, you also have to be willing to play less, but it's in a different way.
Sure.
And you were just really good at, you know, finding the places where I wanted to attack like an idiot and kill me for it. So, but yeah, I think the big one is like you need to not. The while standing one is one thing, right? Like that's different. That's like okay,
Yeah.
someone got randomly hit, but the throw was good, and you need to recognize that the throw was good.
No, I do. I do.
Yeah. I mean, like after we talked about it, right? But like
Yes.
you want to let's play another first 2, and then you want to have a very don't I know what it is. Don't default to assuming it's your fault. Things are happening like well or like working. You know, like don't like you shouldn't have a default answer of like
I don't think I am. Like when I'm questioning stuff, I don't think it's a reflection on me. I think okay, maybe it is.
I think that's pseudo cap.
Consciously, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
No, consciously, I really don't think that.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
And I could be wrong. It could be, subconscious, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're probably right.
Yeah.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, your default answer to 90% of the questions or like situations that come up is like, I consistently do something bad. And I'm like, well, hold on. That's not necessarily true. Oh, I'll stop sharing my screen. Oh shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
KO. Round 2. Fight.
Nice. Nice looker.
KO. Round 3. Fight. KO. Round 4. Fight.
Oh.
KO. You lose. Get ready for the next battle. Round 1. Fight.
Oops.
KO. Round 2. Fight. KO. Round 3. Fight. KO.
And then one last thing is you want to not play into every situation the opponent gives to you. And the reason that is because the more you play into, the easier it is to read what your intent and your like exploitable things are. Versus, say if you never respond to my down back one and I always get that off, and you just disengage to neutral and I have to get in past your keep out again. Like, that creates a weirder situation for me versus knowing you're trying to beat my down back one so I can get a free forward one. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So sometimes you just want to let your opponent do what they're doing and you just disengage and then try and find your offense again instead of constantly playing into my shit defensively. Right? Like, that's a neutral situation. You could just back off. You don't have to do the down forward 2 retaliation. And then now we're playing again, right? Right? And we could just reset. You don't have to like start a fight again right away.
KO.
And 441 is -5. So if I'm choosing to do 2 in a row like that, you can back 1 me.
Fight.
Oh.
KO. Round 3. Fight. KO.
GG's, bro. Yeah, so I think, yeah, you are. I don't think your offense was the problem or anything like that. I think that developing a bit more whiff punishment and block punishment will make your presence on the screen a lot scarier just by default. Because right now, I can do so much and get away with it that I'm never really scared of getting hit or throwing out attacks. If your punishment gets a little sharper, then I'm afraid to attack more because I might be wrong. And if I'm afraid to attack more, I'm often having to defend against your shit more, right? So I would say that's probably the top priority, is get really sharp on your whiff punishment and your block punishment, which luckily in ruler ranks is what we're trying to do anyways. Like, until we get to blue rank, we're trying to do mostly backdash whiff punishment, find some counter hits, things like that, you know?
Right.
That's the top priority, I'd say. And then as that develops, it'll be easier to describe more like strategic, offensive, defensive problems. But right now what's happening is the pressure just deflates completely when there's no punish pressure. It's basically like if you think of like conceptually, moves that have the best reward tend to be punishable because that makes it like quote fair, right? You know, like if they mess up. So if you imagine giving me a move list where all my moves are safe, including the really strong ones, then that's fucked up, right?
Right.
So you want, yeah. So basically the lack of punishment is giving me like a god character.
Right.
Yeah. That's the best way to put it. And you don't want your opponent feeling like they have a god character. So the two biggest things I leave with you is brush up on the punishment. That shit's really important. And then just keep playing games in ranked and don't like sweat too hard things that are going wrong. Your goal right now is like refine the block and whiff punishment as a skill. So sometimes you just won't know it, and sometimes you'll know it but fail. Like on the low parry you wanted on me, and don't resist the pull of the frustration when that happens. Recognize that it's just as physical a skill as like a sport, right? Like there's neurological stuff that has to happen for you to be able to do it. So if it's not happening, the skill just needs to be developed. It's not like you know it and you can instantly do it. That's like really hard for even like really, really good players, you know?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So treat it like that. Treat it as like if you fail, that's just the skill continuing to be developed. And if it's not developing even with attention, like either give it more attention, try another approach, or things like that. But I would say, yeah, whiff and block punishment are the number one thing right now. Because your default offense is already kind of fine. Like you could probably stand to crouch dash throw more, but already you're kind of doing nothing in a way that makes your opponent want to attack into you, which is good because that lets you practice the whiff and block punishment, and then you can supplement the rest later. But for now, that's the base we kind of want to build on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good.
That's all I have. Any other questions you have?
Not that I can think of. I just need to focus on punishment right now.
Yeah, and now that you're like locked in on one character, which is really good, like your progress on that will be a lot more, I think, tangible, and like you'll make bigger strides. Like it's really commendable that you're doing it because it was so hard, right, for you to stick to one character.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's really commendable, and that's important. Like it's important to recognize that that's some growth being made there too.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of it that way. Too focused on the negative stuff.
Yeah, that's important. There are lots of positives happening that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you.
Cheers, bro. Great session. I'll catch you next time. Feel free, again, DM anytime. It's never a bother.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Cheers. Bye.